Have you ever heard footsteps in an empty house? It's not just terrifying, it's impossible to ignore. My roommate vanished weeks ago, but every night I still hear them walking around. When I first moved into this apartment, it felt perfect, spacious, cheap, and right in the middle of the city. My roommate, Alex, was the ideal housemate. Clean, chill, and always paid their share on time. But then things started to change. Alex began acting strange. They'd stay up late, muttering to themselves in their room. I'd hear whispers at odd hours, sometimes my name. It's just stress, I told myself. But looking back, maybe I should have paid more attention. Do you believe in gut instincts? That weird feeling when something's off? If you've ignored it before, trust me, you might regret it later. Dimly lit living room at night, rain tapping on the windows. Then came the night Alex disappeared. I was in my room, scrolling on my phone, when I heard Alex's door slam shut. Heavy footsteps followed, pacing back and forth in the hallway. "Everything okay?" I called out. No response. The pacing stopped. I opened my door, and the hallway was empty. Alex's door was wide open, but their room was completely empty. Their clothes, their laptop, everything was gone. Alex didn't even leave a note. No calls, no texts, just gone. I should have been worried, right? But I wasn't. I figured they moved out in a rush or had an emergency. What I couldn't explain, though, were the noises. The very next night, I heard footsteps again. Same heavy pacing in the hallway. I opened my door, heart pounding. "Alex?" I whispered, even though I knew it couldn't be them. No response. Just footsteps, coming from their empty room. I crept towards the door, reached for the handle, and pushed it open. The room was still empty, but the footsteps stopped right behind me. At this point, I was convinced I was losing it. But tell me, if you heard footsteps in an empty room, would you investigate? Or would you grab a baseball bat and call it a night? The footsteps became a nightly routine. Sometimes I'd hear whispering too, soft, unintelligible, but definitely coming from Alex's old room. One night, I left my phone recording in the hallway. The next morning, I played back the footage. It caught the sound of footsteps, but no one was there. Then at 3:12 a.m., the recording picked up a voice, faint but clear. "Help me." That's when I started digging. I looked up everything about the apartment, the previous tenants, even Alex's social media. But here's the thing. There was no trace of Alex. No posts, no photos, nothing. It was like they never existed. And then I found something. An article buried deep online about a missing person who lived in this same apartment years ago. Their name wasn't Alex, but the details were eerily similar. They vanished without a trace. And their roommate? They reported hearing footsteps too. Imagine finding out your apartment has a history like this. Would you move out immediately or stay to uncover the truth? Be honest, I stayed, and I regret it. Last week, everything escalated. I was in bed trying to sleep when the footsteps started, louder this time, heavy, deliberate, and coming straight toward my room. I froze as my doorknob started to rattle, and then it opened. The door creaked slowly, and in the dim light, I saw a shadow. It wasn't Alex. It wasn't human. Before I could react, the lights flickered, and the shadow disappeared. But not before I heard it whisper, "You're next." I haven't slept since that night. The footsteps haven't stopped, and now they don't just stay in the hallway. I hear them in my room every night. They get closer, and if Alex disappeared because of this, what happens to me next?